today is a very big day for LEGOLAND Florida Resort actually, because it's probably the biggest day since we've opened the park way back in 2011. The hotel was significant because it moved us from a park to a resort, but this kind of expansion is something special because A, it's the first one with Beach Retreat where we've actually moved kind of over the road and we've started to expand the resort into different areas. And this is a unique concept to LEGOLAND Florida Resort, and this is Beach Retreat. Beach Retreat is literally 83 of these duplex cabins, and they are arranged in horseshoe shapes with a playground in the middle of each of them. Better for larger groups, and it's a different accommodation offering compared to what the hotel is. And then we've got the clubhouse situated in the middle, which is where you will have breakfast and there will be entertainment, dining, building opportunities, fantastic pool, and then we've also got a huge beach that overlooks Lake Dexter, which is itself a beautiful lake. So that's a big development for mid-2017. But we also didn't stop there. We said we'd expand the park every year. So the idea is that we're having the world of NINJAGO, which is a new land which will be situated in between where Coastersaurus is and Lego City. So it's on the north end of the park, and it's a dark ride, which is great because it's got great capacity, and it's a lovely area that's a ride that's weatherproof, which is a key point for us. But it's a beautiful brand. NINJAGO is an established brand, gives us a lot of opportunity to theme it very well. And the ride itself is unique. It's a world first ride. We're doing it with the other LEGOLAND parks, but the delivery system, we don't do guns. What we do is we do as if the fireballs are coming out of the children's hands. So there's sensors that trigger when you actually activate in the different scenes. And the ride is about 4 to 4.5 minutes long, but there are about 5 or 6 scenes in there where they can actually shoot. And the cartoon 3D animation is state of the art. Each time these rides get done, they improve the quality and the clarity of it. So we're very excited about NINJAGO, but one of the other awesome things about that is you train to be a ninja. So the idea is that you go through a number of different themed areas as you go to the ride. A rock climb, there's spinners, there's different things that you have to learn before you can go into the dojo to actually take on the mighty devourer. So that's, you train to be a ninja, you immerse yourself, you become a ninja, and that we'll have a lot of fun with that. The other one is Creative Cove, which we've just opened the water park now. And I was just saying before that we've not added a new product in there since we opened it in 2012, but we've done a lot of improvements in there. I believe now that we've almost finished the water park. And what I mean by that is all the restrooms have been renovated. We put the Creative Cove in, which is the builder boat, which is another option, which is unique to our LEGOLAND water park. But we've also added some more food options in there as well, which I think we needed, and an ice cream unit in there. So we've kind of finished the core of what I wanted to do within the water park there. So lovely addition. The builder boat is really popular. We've also got NEXO Knights. NEXO Knights came along, not content with LEGO Movie 4D. We decided that the 4D movie's done very well for us, so we'd do another one with NEXO Knights. And NEXO Knights is going to be rolled out across the world and all the LDCs, LEGOLAND Discovery Centres as well. So that's another great brand that LEGO are rolling out that we've just piggybacked, and we'll benefit from that. And then we're doing LEGOLAND Night Lights. We didn't want to just do a boring fireworks event. As you know, our fireworks are never boring because we have the glasses that explode and look like Lego bricks. But we wanted to create something that was the heart of what LEGO does, which is kind of creativity, coloured lights, colour, lots of creative events, lots of build events. Yes, fireworks with the Lego glasses, but there'll be a lot more in terms of entertainment with glow-in-the-dark stuff and lots of extra things which we're kind of keeping under wraps for now. But that's just late night opening, and it builds with the resort proposition. So yeah, we're not short of things to talk about at the moment, and it's all the Lego veneer, and it's all built for kids, which is what we're good at.
There's a lot of action. How big is the retreat?
How big is the retreat?
Yeah, in terms of like land size.
Land size, it's about 24 acres, but we actually bought 50 acres. You can look at the public records for it, because we actually acquired a portion of the lake. So we have maintained some of the beautiful views, but the idea is that we won't have, for opening, we won't have lake access, because we want to preserve a lot of the integrity and the views across Lake Dexter. And it is a beautiful plot of land, and it's very, very quiet there, and it's got perfect access across from Legoland, which is great.
Where are you guys so far in the construction timeline of that?
We have a cabin on the field, but we literally will start work. I mean, one of the reasons we brought this announcement forward is because working with the City of Winter Haven, who we got annexed into last night, we've been working very closely with them. They've been magnificent. They've brought the permits forward, so it means that we've had to bring the announcement for the beach retreat forward because we are ahead of the game in terms of our construction. So you'll start to see things going in the ground literally within weeks.
I'm guessing you'll have shuttles then to get over here to the park?
That's the idea, yes. We already have shuttles for our hotel partners we work with in terms of bringing the people from the local hotels. But we will probably either reinforce that or do it with a third party. We're still pending. And the other thing is we can only estimate how many people are actually going to stay there and drive over here because they want to then leave. So I think the answer is that we'll have a combination of both. And we'll see how it goes.
What will the villa setup be like?
The villa?
Yeah, well, the little...
The clubhouse?
Well, no, where you're staying.
The duplexes.
The duplexes, right.
Well, if you look on this picture here, you can see that the idea is that you have two rooms side by side, okay? You then have, like connecting, some of these patios will connect on some of them as well. And the idea is that you have a parent room, you have a child room as well, and then a bathroom. But they are the entry-level offering, you know. They will be themed inside, and we will release some images of that in the future of how that will look. But it will be all about Lego Beach. That's the theme that we've chosen, and that will run throughout, including the inside of the clubhouse with different build elements and the things that you'd expect from when Lego do things.
So when you rent, are you renting the whole duplex then?
No, you rent a room. You can rent per room.
Okay, that's all.
Yeah.
And of course we'll have you guys back out like we did with the hotel to see how the updates.
Yeah, and one of the ideas, we are going to have trundle beds as well. So there will be bunk beds with a trundle bed for larger families. But we also think that the duplexes and what we've seen in other holiday villages that we've done in the world is that you do get a lot of groups of families that come, and they tend to ask to be in the same horseshoe, so they have their own playground in the middle. So each of the horseshoes has a playground right in the middle.
Was this a natural evolution of when we were talking about making the destination resort, adding the hotel? Was this the natural next stage of it?
It is, yeah. I think what we've proved with the Legoland Hotel coming has increased the amount of latent demand. The reason I know that is because I know that the county tourist development tax has gone through the roof since, and it not only are people, we've had high 90s, 100% occupancy in the summer actually, but when people can't get in, they've then gone to some of the nearby hotels. So it's attracting a lot more interest from people booking accommodation. So it's driven occupancy rates, and it's also driven ADR as well for the local hotels. So I think that in itself is a very big story, and one of the reasons that we need to move on this now, because we know the latent demand is there.
You mentioned it was 50 acres total. The other is basically lake water?
It's lake water.
Okay. In other words, there's no room to like expand into there?
No, unless we fill the lake in.
Well, that would kind of eat up the whole.
It might be unlikely.
That would eat up the whole idea.
I might be in trouble for that.
Yeah.
Just say.
I mean, you just got annexed.
Yeah, I don't want to get annexed out.
With the Ninjago, the thing that interests me is you could have just done a ride, but why do a whole area? Is it part of that immersiveness, continue to kind of build the world of it all?
Yeah, and I also think that the Ninjago brand lends itself to a world of Ninjago. It's a bit like we did with China, when you want to go in and the music changes, it's that Japanese feel, the garden, we can have a lot of fun with Ninjago. But I also, where we've built it, kind of the ride is built behind Coastersaurus, and the reason was that you walk into Adventureland, and then you go through kind of ancient Egypt, and then you go into Africa, and then you go into like Dinosaur Land, which kind of marries the two, and then you go into Asia. So I think it works quite well with the flow, but also for me, from a strategic point of view, it means we've got a dark ride that we can build at the north end of the park that is weather resistant with high capacity, which we're desperate for in that.
When do you guys turn dirt on that?
We literally have started on that already. So when I say we've started on that, there's guys on site now, and we've literally put the boards up today to mark this event. So we are now going to start digging in the ground, as it were. Yeah. Very visual site as well, because you can actually see it from the Coastersaurus.
What's the kind of guess size of that? How much square footage of that entire area is?
Do you know off the top of your head?
I don't know the square footage.
It's a big land. I want to say it's about 2 or 3 acres, which doesn't sound a lot, but it is when you take into account the building and some of those things. So it's quite a large plot of land, but it's also we're taking up the corner. As you come up to Coastersaurus, the whole corner there will be the entrance to Ninjago, and then Lego City to the left. So it's a big land, yeah.
And